Warning, the following video may not be suitable for all ages. The use of strong adult language is in this video. Viewer discretion is advised.
I played through House of the Dead Overkill on the Wii not once, but twice. And I wanted to go over my experience with this game and some of the things that I thought were cool and why this might be a good game to play for Halloween. So let's get started.
Motherfucker!
They met as adversaries.
What the fuck was that for?
A monster made them allies. A secret agent, immaculate, intelligent, a rookie. They call him only G. His identity, a mystery. A playboy cop. Isaac Washington. Make him mad, and he'll rip your balls off.
I'm gonna rip your motherfucking balls off!
The main story is you're investigating why there's an outbreak of zombies.
Shit! I fucking hate these zombies!
Mutants. How many times do I have to tell you not to use the Z word?
Sorry, mutants. Mutants have broken out and it's your job to go figure out what the hell is going on. And the first person you run into that's doing something with what's going on is Papa Caesar. He might be the most hilarious bad guy I've ever run into. The storyline of this game goes from crazy to what the fuck real fast. And I won't spoil the ending of this game because I really think you should give it a playthrough. This made me appreciate the Wii so much more and the light guns. I actually bought a couple of games just because of this. The Wii kind of was a sleeper for me. I would love to use it more as a light gun arcade unit instead of trying to play the traditional Wii games. But in terms of the storyline, you're going through, you're investigating, you're running through zombies and mutants. So there are the two, because there's the mutants, which are these like deformed creatures that can really screw you up if you don't get them. They can charge you, you have to shake them off, where then there's just the traditional zombies. So I never really paid close enough attention to figure out what's the major difference between the two. My assumption is that the mutants were infecting the zombies, but you'd have to play through. Honestly, I just wanted to shoot and kill stuff. So that's what I was pretty much paying attention to. But throughout the story, you're going through these different levels, and I think my favorite one possibly was the circus one, but it's so dark that you can't see who's coming at you. And I think they did this on purpose, where, you know, things are kind of crawling out of the dark and trying to attack you. I don't know why the circus one is my favorite. I don't have any like weird things with clowns or anything, but I found it to be a lot of fun. My favorite boss, I think, was the Screamer, and I know that some people didn't like this one. The bosses throughout this game are not overly difficult, not even in the uncut version, so like I said, you can really just rip through this game, but I think it was the music and the way that she moved, just giving it a little bit more of a challenge compared to the other bosses. I think the level design was interesting enough to keep you interested throughout the game. You start in like a house, eventually you end up in like a jail, a hospital. They do a really good job of not keeping you in a repetitive setting. So it's always changing, and eventually you run into different like mutants and different types of zombies. So I really appreciate, although they kind of rinse and repeat the zombies that they have throughout the level, it's cool because you don't get bored because it's always something new. And as the game progresses, you get those funny cutscenes and the banter between...
No fucking way.
You know, Washington, a man driving a car with his own choice of music is one of the finest experiences he can have in an automobile.
You call this an automobile?
Isaac Washington and Agent G, you know, they're not buddies really, but then, you know, you see their relationship grow throughout the game, and it's just funny to watch them grow together and just bitch at each other. And Isaac Washington is like the over-the-top cop who loves saying motherfucker, loves complaining about the situations he's in, and he is not afraid to let you know how he's feeling in the moment. And so the game is really funny in moments and cheesy and over-the-top and, dare I say it, overkill. Which took me a while to realize why that's the name of the game. But if you really like that funny, old school humor and you're not easily offended, this game is so much fun to play with a partner. You can also just dual wield your guns and go through the game yourself. I didn't try doing that, but that is one of the options. There's also little mini games and collectibles, so there's a lot of replayability with the game in terms of unlockables, scores, getting high scores, things like that. So you could put time into this game if you wanted to. If you got it and you ended up falling in love with it, it's not just the story and it's not just the uncut. There's extra things you can do as well. One of the aspects of the game that make it really easier to get through it is as you go through the levels, you're getting these collectibles, you're trying to get headshots, you're trying to earn up points. And those points end up earning you cash. And the cash ends up letting you upgrade your weapons or buying new weapons. So you start out with a pistol, the reload speed is slow, you don't have a big magazine, the damage is lower, and as you get the cash, you can choose to upgrade that weapon or save up for a new different type of gun and upgrade that one. And as you play through the game, in my experience, most of the time by the end, you can max out at least 2. Unless you're really good about like getting those points, then you could probably do maybe 3. But I favored the SMG. Personally, that was my favorite. I like guns that are quick and fast and you can just unload. So that was what I leaned on for most of my playthrough. The automatic shotgun seems pretty overpowered, but a little bit slower. So it just depends on what your style is. Some of the cool things that carry over is you can save the civilian. So if you know House of the Dead at all, a lot of the times you'll run into these moments where you can't shoot the civilian, otherwise you lose a significant amount of points, but you can also save them and get a lot of points. And so throughout the game, you have multiple opportunities to save the citizen and get those extra points so you can spend more money to upgrade your weapons. There's collectibles throughout, so you're collecting these golden brains throughout that give you points. You can also find these little green like symbols that slow down time, making it easier to hit those headshots. And then there's just other collectibles as well and unlockables that you can find in additional menus. When I told Gaming Off the Grid I was playing this game, they said they wish they could have been in the room when I saw the ending. And I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but things get really fucked up in the last couple episodes. Like it goes from weird to an extreme to a what the fuck am I watching? Am I even like registering what's happening in front of me? But the last boss wasn't very difficult. If I could change a couple things about the game is I would say the uncut version especially, I wish that maybe would have been the first playthrough and then something harder than that. Because it's honestly, especially once you update your guns, it's really not that hard to play through. And I normally don't look for difficulty. Like I don't want to die over and over again. I don't want to spend a lot of time with the game. But the first playthrough did feel overly easy. And that might be on purpose. Maybe it's trying to hold your hand to teach you what you're looking for, so that when you go to the second playthrough, which is the same story, again, just a little bit longer and a little harder, you're a little bit more accurate on what you're looking for, and maybe that's why they did it on purpose. But I felt like it was just a little too easy the first time. I would say some highlight moments in the game for me was when the brother sacrifices himself because the bad guy pretty much screwed him over and is threatening his sister.
Papa Caesar. Next time you speak, turn the volume to 0. Fucking cabbage.
Nobody threatens Varla.
The ultimate sacrifice.
Freeze, bitches!
Because of the shocking nature of the following scenes, they are definitely not recommended for the squeamish or the easily offended.
So standout moments for the game, for me, were probably the train level where you're going through the carts and the train's like falling apart and there's mutants going through, but there's this very big one that's going along with you kind of through the level. And so you know something big is waiting for you at the end. And when you're fighting the boss, you're on the top of the train and you can definitely feel like you're going fast and you're trying to like get out of the situation. The transitions between each different chapter is always fun to watch what they say to each other, where they end up having the car blown up and then they end up having to be in like an ice cream truck and then they fight about the music, and you can just tell that they don't know each other well enough, but they start to grow and bitch at each other, and it's just a lot of fun. I wholeheartedly recommend this game to play for Halloween, and I'm intending on playing some other spooky games this season, so definitely stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching my first episode. In the month of October, it is spooky season. I have a couple more video ideas coming out pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And if you like Halloween content or you've played this game, leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought of this game. And maybe if you're spoiling the ending, maybe push it down in your comment and just warn people that you're gonna spoil it. But thank you guys so much for watching. We are approaching 1,000 subscribers very soon. And if you are not subscribed and you like this content, go ahead and hit that button. I heard it's free. So keep an eye out, guys. There's a spooky world out there waiting for you. And on to the next one.
Next episode.
What the hell was that?
And every single action
I just saw someone at the cabin.
affects your fate.